Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for joining me for another Puzzle and Dragons video. I'm Alpha, and today we are hopping into episode 2 of the Get Good Noob Guide, How to Combo Good and Stuff. So on episode 1, we talked about moving orbs and shaping orbs. And today we're going to be talking about placement of combos because it is very essential to place your combos in the right spot to maximize the amount that you can get. So we have our fearless leader of June Bride Sapdet ready to hop into the original Endless Corridors and just give it hell. So, okay, we have determined that we know how to move orbs by circling through them in whatever direction needed, circling through multiple orbs when they're moving 2 or 3 or 4 at a time, whatever it might be. And we have learned how to recognize shapes as well as create shapes that we want in order to create combos. So now what we have to learn to do is make combos in the right places. So if I were to give you an example of not doing that, let's take a look at what happens when I identify, hey, I need to make a light combo and a dark combo in order to get the leader skill proc, which I think is actually true. I think I have to do light, dark, and heart for Sapdet. So let's see if we go ahead and do that. So if I go here, I do a light combo, I do a dark combo. Let's say I even get around to making the heart combo to do a full proc. Now look what I've done. I've made what is pretty much a giant mess. I have orbs down here. I have orbs that are over here. I've got orbs that are up top. And a bunch of stuff I can't get to because I would mess up my combos. And the reason is that you always want to work from the outside of the board. Oh, where's my camera? There we go. Outside towards the center. And the way that works is by stacking up, typically from the bottom in a horizontal fashion. So that is, before we even get there, let's stick with pathing actually, because pathing is a little easier right now than stacking. So pathing is just moving through the board in a way that creates combos. So for instance, let's say we wanted to start here and we just want to make combos. It'd be something like going through, and you can see I'm kind of like starting in one place and ending at the other. So here I made about 4 combos. Again, not very efficient, but I just wanted to give an example of what pathing would be. It's kind of like starting in one place and moving through whatever, and ending in another. That would be kind of like pathing. So if we're sticking with the idea of pathing instead of stacking right now, you still want to work from the outsides of the board towards the center, because as you create your combos along the edges, it will naturally push the non-used or non-comboed orbs towards that center, and then you'll be left with some of the shapes that we're looking for. So let's see if we could kind of create an example of this. So I'm not going to be stacking. I'm going to be kind of doing loose combos, but I'm just going to try and match them along the edges and see what we could do. So we've got an L shape here, but it's not the shape that we want. So we're going to go ahead and make our obtuse angle, make it into an L, and circle through to lay it flat. Then we could go ahead and do the same thing here. Here we could circle through. Okay, so we only got 4 orbs there, but obviously I'm moving slow because I'm trying to talk through the combos with the different shapes we're making. But let's see if I go ahead and just try and do the same style, but I'm going to actually try and go a little quicker just so we can kind of see what the natural outcome will be if I'm trying to create orb combinations along the edge. So you can see there's waste in the middle there, but what I did was create everything along the edges, kind of tied it all together, and we got whatever it was, like a 6 combo or something like that. So that's kind of like the start of learning to combo along the edges and pushing your waist into one direction. That's not always how you want to do it, but it's a very good way for beginners to learn to not just make combos, as they go. Oh, I got a red, I got a blue, I got a dark, and and then, oh, I could get a heart. See, something like that is just, I mean, that's the way I used to combo when I first started. I would identify a few easy combos, and then I'd hit those and use up all of my useful orbs. Like, let's say I was trying to match up my light orbs. I'm attacking with light here, so doing something like going up and over, and then I could do that and that. So now the problem is I just used 3 light orbs while I only made 4 combos. So I erased, I don't know if there was any combos that had more than 3 there. I wasn't paying attention. But let's just say presumably I erased 12 orbs, but 3 of them, 1/4 of them, so 25% were light orbs. So if I have 12 new orbs dropping in, but there's 6 orbs types, then statistically I'm only going to be getting 2 light orbs back. I don't know if that was the case. I think I might have actually gotten 3, but you keep playing those odds, you're going to come out short in the long run, meaning you're not going to have your attack orbs. So if I'm just trying to attack with light, even though I want to match light every turn, I have to match enough of the other orbs to clear them out to be sure that I am continuing to produce my attack orbs each time. So that is why getting a higher combo count is so important, and also why comboing at the edges first becomes very important. So let's go ahead and try and do the same thing. We're going to cycle. So remember, if we want to move 2, we just cycle through them both, cycle through them both. Here we created our stretched L. We could go there. We could even make this here. Ooh, come on, diagonal. There we go. All right, so we ended up in the middle, but you can see even moving pretty slowly. We had set up 7 combos on our own, ended up with 10 combos. So that's kind of moving along the edges and pathing your way to a higher combo count. So if we go ahead and try and stack up along the edges, you see here I want to set that all the way over. So here I just kind of worked my way vertically, but I tried to work along the edges and push things off to the edges, because if your combos are in the center, all of the orbs you need to be matched will be set around them and you will not be able to access them. I guess that's pretty much what I wanted to communicate in this video, that you want to set up your boards along the edges and go bottom to top typically. Actually, the reason for going bottom to top is that you can create more cascades and you're going to create a chance for more skyfalls that way. So if you guys don't know, a cascade is when you set up orbs that will match after the initial combo, and a skyfall is of course having random orbs drop from the top of the board and match up with what you currently have. So the opposite of that would be matching at the top. Let's say if we match at the top here, so let's go ahead and match up these blue and green at the top. 1, 2, 3. Now what happens is all those orbs at the bottom are completely static. No, you know you're not getting anything from those. But if we're to go ahead and match the bottom orbs, we're going to have new orbs coming at the top that may give us a skyfall. So if we go ahead and match up those bottom orbs, I know I could have kept going and match up more, and of course there's no skyfalls here. But you get the point that if you're matching the top, you have no chance of skyfall. If you're matching the bottom, you have a much greater chance of skyfall because the other chance is 0. So something is better than nothing. That's going to be about it for this episode of Git Gud Nub Combo Guide to Combo Good and Stuff, or something. I don't know what the heck I'm calling this thing. I hope you enjoyed this. It is just some very basic principles to follow. So now we've covered movement, we've covered shaping, and we've covered where to make your combos on the board. So starting in the next episode, we're going to be getting a little more advanced, and hopefully this will start to tune into some of the players that are higher up around let's say rank 200 or so, or 150, something like that, not complete new players, when we start talking about how to do stacking and whoa, pad crash? That like never happens. Alright, I guess that means that is definitely it for this episode, guys. I'm Alpha, and you'll see me next time.